So, they turned their backs on you, huh? Left you hanging like yesterday's trash. That sting in your chest? That's betrayal, buddy. That hollow, empty feeling that digs deeper than any knife. But here's the kicker. You feel alone, but you're not. See, this kind of pain? It's the same script for everybody. You're just part of the show now. A lead act in the grand theater of broken dreams. But let's not sugarcoat it, huh? Loneliness is all you got left. And you can hate it, scream at it, cry yourself dry. But it ain't leaving. It's here to stay, sitting next to you like an old friend you never wanted. You trusted. You opened up. That was your first mistake. Because in this world, kid, trust is the most expensive thing you can hand out. Once they've got it, they got you. And when they don't need you, poof. Just like that, they're gone, leaving you to rot in the mess they made. Now, let me ask you something. You think they're losing sleep over it? You think they're missing you, remembering your kindness, feeling any ounce of guilt? Nah, they're out there, living their lives without a second thought. They're good at that, aren't they? Just erasing you from the picture, like you never mattered in the first place. Pain's a funny thing, you know? It can either bury you alive or make you bulletproof. Right now, you're at a crossroads. One path, you wallow, let the loneliness eat you alive. Let it drain every bit of fire from your soul. But there's another road, a darker one, yeah, but powerful. You take this pain and you use it. Let it fuel you. 'Cause the world don't owe you a thing, kid. You think they're coming back to apologize? No. They left you for dead. And dead you'll stay, unless you rise up and show them what they missed out on. Look at me. Really look. I'm not your savior. I'm not some hero here to fix you. But I know a thing or two about loneliness. It's a beast, sure. But if you tame it, it can be your strongest ally. You stop needing anyone else. Stop caring about their approval, their company. You start making yourself your own army, your own damn hero. See, kid? They did you a favor, throwing you out like that. They freed you. You don't owe them a thing now. You don't owe anyone your heart, your loyalty, your tears. All you owe is to yourself, to rebuild, to get up from this wreckage stronger, sharper. They thought they left you broken, but here's the twist. It's you who'll be standing tall while they drown in the very loneliness they tried to shove on you. But know this, you'll never be the same. They took the innocent part of you, the trusting part, and ripped it to shreds, and that's okay. Because from here on out, you're nobody's fool. You're nobody's safety net. You're a weapon forged in fire, molded by scars they gave you. And yeah, it's a lonely path, but it's yours. Own it. Let them live with what they did. Let loneliness eat them alive in the end. Because you're gonna rise above it all. And by the time they realize what they lost, it'll be too late. Here you are, left to pick up the pieces they shattered. Funny, isn't it? How people come into your life, take what they need, then vanish, leaving you to bleed alone. But don't get it twisted, kid. You're not some broken toy they left behind. No, you're a weapon they just underestimated. They thought you'd crumble, that without them, you'd be lost. But hear me out. People are temporary. Loyalty, love, respect. They're all coins in the pockets of people who only care when it's convenient. And now? Now, you're alone. You got two options. Either you let their betrayal eat you alive, or you let it forge you into something they'll regret losing for the rest of their miserable lives. This pain you're feeling, it's not a punishment. It's a gift. Yeah, you heard me right. 'Cause pain teaches you lessons happiness never could. Pain shapes you, makes you harder, sharper. It's a fire that either burns you down or forges you into steel. And you're gonna come out of this unbreakable. And by the time they realize the damage they did, you'll be a whole different creature. Someone they can't even recognize, let alone reach. You see, loneliness, it's a poison at first, yeah. But once you drink it down, once you make peace with it, it turns into armor. You stop needing anybody. You stop hoping someone's gonna come save you, 'cause you know better now. You save yourself. And when you're your own hero, that's real power, kid. Power they'll never understand. By the time you're done rebuilding yourself, there'll be nothing more than ghosts in your rearview mirror. They'll try to come back. They always do. That's when you'll see it. That look in their eyes. When they realize they lost the best damn thing they ever had. But you'll be miles ahead, too far gone to care. Because once you know true loneliness, once you face it, beat it. Nobody can use it against you ever again. Remember this, kid. The world, it's a cold place. Nobody's gonna hand you a happy ending. And maybe that sounds grim, but it's the truth. The only person who's got your back in this life is you. Make peace with that. Let it drive you. And when the day comes that they're drowning in the emptiness they tried to stick you with, you'll be long gone, stronger, untouchable. Loneliness ain't your enemy, kid. It's your teacher. Learn from it. Grow. And let them live in the mess they made. 'Cause you're moving on to bigger things. And by the time they realize what they did, their only company, yeah, it'll be their own cold, dead silence. You're probably wondering why it has to hurt so damn much. Why you gotta feel this empty just to get a little stronger. But listen, every ounce of that pain, every sleepless night, every second of self-doubt, it's all building you up for something bigger. It's giving you a backbone they'll never have. Those people, they skate through life, never touching the bottom, never feeling this kind of pain. And you know what? They're weaker for it. Soft, spoiled, blind to reality. This world's got no room for soft people, kid. You gotta be hard, sharp. Every wound they left on you, every scar, that's a badge. Proof that you survived, that you came out on the other side. And one day, you'll look back and see it was the best damn thing that could have happened. Because now, nobody can use you. Nobody can break you. They tried, and look at you, still standing. Maybe cracked, maybe a little bent, but unbreakable. And here's the part nobody tells you. Loneliness? It ain't going anywhere. It'll sit with you, day and night, looking you right in the eyes, reminding you of everything you lost. But you get used to it. You learn to make it your partner, your power. When you stop needing people, when you stop hoping for some miracle to save you, that's when you're free. Free from their lies, their betrayals. Free to walk through life without fear of being left behind again. They think loneliness is a curse, that it'll swallow you whole. But once you embrace it, it's liberation. You don't get torn apart by the little things anymore. You see through people, see them for what they really are. Users, pretenders. And then you laugh because you know the secret. You're stronger alone than they'll ever be with their fake smiles and hollow promises. They'll come to regret it, all of them. The ones who left you behind. The ones who thought you'd be waiting around forever. See, you're gonna move on. Find yourself in places they'll never reach. Doing things they couldn't dream of. And when they finally turn around, looking for that piece of you they threw away, they'll find nothing but dust. And that's the truth, kid. You don't need them. You don't need anyone. The sooner you learn that, the sooner you stop letting people crawl under your skin, the sooner you get to be the real you. Raw, untamed, powerful. Yeah, it's a lonely road, but it's your road. And trust me, that's a road worth walking. Remember, they thought they could bury you, leave you broken in the dirt. But they don't get to decide your story. Only you do. And if that story's written in loneliness, so be it. Wear it like armor. Let it shield you. 'Cause one day, they'll be the ones knocking on your door, begging for the strength they never had. And you? You'll be long gone, too far ahead to even look back. Let them live with what they did. Let them feel the loneliness they left you with. 'Cause when the dust settles, the only one who's truly free, that's gonna be you, my friend. The last one standing. The one who never needed anyone in the first place. It's funny, isn't it? How people preach loyalty, kindness, friendship, all those pretty words. And yet, when the moment comes, when life starts squeezing them, they fold. They vanish like they were never there. Makes you wonder if they were ever real at all. But that's the joke, kid. In the end, most people are illusions. Shadows playing pretend. And now you've seen it for yourself. You've tasted the truth. And yeah, it's bitter. But it's real. And real is something most people are terrified of. That loneliness you feel, that's not a punishment. Nah, that's a privilege. A dark kind of freedom. It means you've seen behind the curtain. You know the game now. No more fake smiles. No more empty promises. Just you, raw and unfiltered, standing face to face with reality. Most people, they'd run from that kind of truth. But not you. You're stronger than that. Strong enough to stand alone. See, when you embrace that loneliness, when you let it settle in your bones, it becomes something powerful. Something they can't touch. They'll see it in you. That unshakable look. That quiet strength. And it'll scare them. They'll try to come back. Maybe say they're sorry. Pretend they've changed. But it's all just another illusion. They haven't changed, kid. They just want a piece of that strength you built in the dark. The strength they'll never have. Let me tell you, they'll never get it. They'll never understand what it took for you to claw your way out of that darkness. To rebuild yourself from the ground up. And when they come crawling back, looking for forgiveness, for comfort, you'll know the truth. You don't need them. You don't need anyone who'd leave you in pieces just because it's convenient for them. You see, kid, real strength, it's forged in fire. It's built in the dead of night, when there's no one around to hold your hand, no one to wipe away your tears. It's built in those moments when you're broken, alone, but you refuse to stay down. That's what makes you untouchable. That's what makes you unstoppable. And one day, you'll look back on all this, all the betrayal, all the loneliness, and you'll realize it was the best thing that ever happened to you. Because it set you free. It showed you the truth, gave you the strength to walk alone, to build a life where nobody can hurt you like that again. So let them live with what they did. Let them live with the loneliness they tried to bury you with. 'Cause that loneliness, it's not your enemy. It's your armor. And one day, when they're looking back, regret eating away at them, they'll realize they lost the one person who was strong enough to stand by them, scars and all. But by then, you'll be long gone, too far ahead, living a life they can only dream of. You see, you don't need forgiveness. You don't need closure. You don't need a damn thing from anyone. The only thing you need is you. And that's something they'll never understand. Because they need people. They need validation, approval, all those little things that make them feel important. But you're beyond that now. You're beyond them. And that, kid, is your power. Walk away. Walk into that darkness. Own it. Make it yours. And when they're alone, haunted by the choices they made, you'll be the one they think about. The one who didn't need them. The one who became unstoppable. Because in the end, kid, loneliness is only a prison if you let it be. But if you embrace it, make it part of you, it's freedom. See, here's the thing about loneliness. Most people, they fear it, run from it, spend their lives, fill in their days with noise, with people, with distractions, anything to avoid being alone with themselves. But you don't get that luxury anymore. You've seen the dark side of trust, the emptiness that comes when everyone you thought you could rely on vanishes like smoke. But you've got a chance now, kid. A chance to rebuild yourself, piece by piece, without anybody else's hands in the mix. This is your story now, no one else's. They wrote themselves out of it when they turned their backs. So make it yours. Write it in blood, in scars, in every damn tear you shed in the silence. Because when you own that pain, when you wear it like armor, nobody, and I mean nobody, can take that from you. They'll keep chasing after people, trying to fill that hole in their chests with the next quick fix. But you don't need any of that. You're stronger than that. You've got something they'll never have. Real resilience. The kind that comes from walking through hell and coming out the other side. You don't just survive anymore. You thrive in the dark. Think about it, kid. What's scarier to them than a person who doesn't need anyone? Someone who can walk alone, head held high, without looking back. They'll never understand that kind of strength. And that's what's gonna make you unstoppable. They may have left you behind, but you're the one with the power now. The power to walk away and never look back. They'll try to paint you as the bad guy, tell everyone you're cold, that you don't care anymore, but that's their weakness talking, because deep down, they're afraid. Afraid that maybe, just maybe, you're better off without them. And the truth is, you are. You're stronger, sharper, harder to break. And that scares them more than any knife or bullet. See, they thought they were hurting you, leaving you behind like that. But what they really did, they set you free. Free from expectations, from obligations, from the weight of their disappointment. Now, there's no one to answer to, no one to hold you back. It's just you and the road ahead. And kid, that's the best damn gift they could have given you. Loneliness, it changes you, makes you see the world for what it is. Harsh, unforgiving, filled with people who'd rather take than give. But it also shows you something else. It shows you your own strength. It makes you realize that you don't need anyone to validate you, to tell you you're enough. You're more than enough. And one day, when you look back on this, you'll be glad they left. Because now, you're unstoppable. So go ahead, let them talk, let them judge, let them try to make you feel small. But you know the truth. You're beyond their reach, beyond their games, beyond their betrayals. You're a force they'll never understand. And one day, when they're left alone, with nothing but their own regrets, you'll be out there, conquering your world, living a life they can only dream of. Remember this, kid. Loneliness isn't a curse. It's freedom. And freedom? That's something only the strong can handle. So walk away from their world, walk into the darkness, and own it. Because you don't need anyone. You're stronger alone, and they'll never be able to touch you again. In the end, kid, they'll never understand. They'll look at you and wonder why you're so different, so distant. They'll try to tell themselves that it was you who changed, that you're the one who became cold or hardened. But you and I know better. You're not cold. You're real. And real scares people. People are comfortable with the fake, the soft, the easy. But the truth is ice. It cuts, it chills, and it never lies. And now, you're that truth. You're the reality they can't handle. They left you, thought you'd be weak without them. But you're not weak. You're stronger than you've ever been. You've seen the worst parts of yourself and come out the other side. You found strength in the silence, power in the loneliness. That's something they'll never know. They'll always need people, need distractions, need the lies they wrap themselves in to sleep at night. But you're beyond that now. You walk a different path, one they'll never be brave enough to follow. Go on, kid. Let this world know you're not to be messed with. Don't waste your time trying to fit in, trying to be what they want. That's over. You don't owe anyone a damn thing. They're the ones who left you for dead. And now, you live for yourself. Every step you take, every choice you make, it's for you and only you. And that's power. That's freedom. They can't touch that. They can't touch you.